Hello, it's Velma Hagar here. I think I was supposed to be a witch. See this thing on the end of my nose? It keeps growing and I think it must be a wart. No, it doesn't. But I think it's a little cancer thing. So we're gonna pretend like it's not there and I'm gonna record my video. And I'm gonna do this on, I believe it's Galations 6:9, and where it talks about, grow not weary of well-doing, because in due season you shall have your reward. Now, we live in an era where everything is instant. We Google, how tall is Mount McKinley, and wham, we have the answer. We put a potato in the microwave, and in 5 minutes, the sucker is soft and ready to eat. Everything in our society is like that. It's instant, everything. But what I want to tell you guys is that is not how God works. He may. He can if he wants. He can do it any way. But normally, God... I'm going to use a tree as an example, a fruit tree, a citrus fruit tree. You put the little thing in the ground, you tend it, you water it, you fertilize it, and eventually you see flowers bloom. Now the flowers blooming, you can't eat them yet. They're not ready, but you're seeing something happen. Next you see a little nub, a little green nub, still not edible, can't pick it. And then you see a little green piece of fruit. But you best not pick that because it's very sour if you pick it then. And eventually that fruit will turn ripe. When it is ripe, it is ready to pick. Now, you don't want to dig the seed up after you plant it and see, let's see if that fruit tree is growing yet. No, you don't do that. You wait. You plant the tree and then you wait. That's the way God's word works. That's the way your life should be working. If you've done something and you're saying, where are you, God? You know what? I expected this to happen by now. Well, you know what? Your timing is not God's timing. The word says 1,000 years to God is like a day. And a day is like 1,000 years. He just can take any time. His time is totally different than yours. So learn that first of all and accept it. If you have been doing good deeds, for instance, and you say, you know what? No good deed goes what is it that the world says? No good, I can't even remember it. I remember God's word, but I can't remember this one. Anyway, what they're saying is that if you do unrewarded, no good deed, no bad, how is that they say that? Well, anyway, a lot of people think when you do something good, you're automatically going to get something bad happen. Because in the world, a lot of times it does happen like that. And I'm going to tell you a story. Don't let this discourage you. Because I have had lately this impulse to be discouraged because I'm a giver. And I wouldn't tell you this story, I wouldn't even share what I gave if it weren't a testimony. I'm going to give you a testimony right now. I had this housekeeper that I loved her. She worked for me for a while. I just loved her. And she had another woman come and work for her. Now, my first housekeeper charged $15 an hour. And she was so good that I decided I was going to give her 20. She didn't ask me. I just said, you know what? I'm giving you $20 an hour. Good little worker. This other woman that worked with her, helped her. I didn't really know how good she was or wasn't because the other woman was in charge. Well, the time goes by and this one woman, the good one, decides to move to San Diego and she sells her business to this other one. Well, this other one, I wouldn't have given $20 an hour. I would have given her 15 like everybody else got around here, but she bought the business like that, so I went ahead and I gave her the same amount. And so time goes by, and I say to her one day, how did you buy the business? She said, well, I'm making payments $500 a month to so-and-so. And I thought, poor thing, gosh, she's cleaning houses. So I say to her, you know what, I'm going to pay that off for you. Oh, she says, I say, how much do you owe? She says, $2,500. And I say, I'm going to pay that off for you. Nice, right? I write a check to her. Oh, she doesn't really even make a big deal out of it, which I kind of wanted to get stroked for. That's another thing. God's the one that rewards you, not them. But anyway, and so time goes by, just a very short time. I've already paid this off. And she comes to me and she says to me, I'm going to raise my prices to $25 an hour. And I'm like, hello? I just paid this business off for her. She's not even worth 20. She's really a $15 an hour gal. And I don't even think she's legal. I think she's I think she's here illegally. She doesn't speak good English, and I don't speak good Spanish, but I liked her, and I wanted to do something nice for her. So I say, no, not to me, you're not. You know, I'm only going to pay 20. And I really resented paying her 20. I thought she should be 15. So I say to her, you think about it. So she leaves that day. And I write her a letter, and I have it translated into Spanish. I have an app on my phone that I can do that. I can write the letter and translate it. So she understood everything I say. And I send it to her, and I say, you know, I feel very abused. I feel like you took advantage of me, and I can't believe that you want to raise this to $25 an hour, you know. And well, anyway, I say, so, you know, the ball's in your court. Let me know. I don't hear from her. So I send a message and I say, did you get my letter? And she writes back, yes. So, okay, I go on, I find somebody else, and I pay them $20 an hour, and I'm very happy with them. Well, then I find out not only did she do that, she took my vacuum cleaner. I go to look for it. It's gone. She's left this ugly, black, old vacuum cleaner in its place. And I call her and I say, you know, you took my vacuum cleaner. No, that was my vacuum cleaner. She goes, yours is in there. I went, that is not my vacuum cleaner. I always use Sears products. I always use Kenmore. This is not a Kenmore. This is yours. I saw you when you brought it in. No, she said, you must have forgot. So here I have a woman who, wouldn't you think, you know, and you just want to say to yourself, I'm not helping anybody anymore, because that's not the only time this has happened to me. But I'm going to tell you something. Shame on her. Shame on her. The word clearly says, never do evil to someone who did nothing but good for you. Because if you do, evil will never depart from your house. I pray a blessing on her. God says, pray for those that use you. I did. I prayed a blessing on her. You want to say, you know, you want to go and say curse her or something, you know, strike her down. But, you know, you don't do that. You do it the way God says to do it. So I did it. And I'm going to tell you what. God's going to bless me for that one. I'm going to get blessed big time. This just happened recently. You know, look, she's not the one. I mean, I didn't do that because I wanted anything back from her, or I wanted any, I wanted to get noticed for it. Pardon me, I got something in my throat today. I did it because I felt like that was what God would have me do. I mean, I could afford to do that, so I did it. And I did it with a good heart. You know what? It doesn't matter how they handle it. I hear people say, I don't like to give at church. I don't like what they do with their money. You know what? If you think you're given into good ground, it doesn't matter. They have to answer for what they do with it. You have to answer for what you do. I gave with a good heart. I meant well, and I would not have shared it with anybody. And I didn't tell anybody I did it until this happened. And now I say, well, now it becomes a testimony. But I want to tell you, in due season, you shall have your reward. If you've planted some good seed in some ground somewhere, it's going to grow and prosper. And if it doesn't, God's going to make sure you get back. I expect I'll get back 100-fold for that one. I'm expecting a lot of money out of that one. I mean, don't grow weary of well-doing, because in due season, you shall have your reward. How'd you like that? Now, a tip for the day, a tip. I don't have a tip. I lied, I don't have a tip. I really don't have it. But buy my book, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places. It is loaded with good tips. I know one thing I could tell you that's really good. Cannabis on your body, you know, it's legal in California. And if you get the cannabis cream or oil, it's really healthy. It really feels good to rub it in. In fact, you know what? I have some right here. And I got this this is actually for my dog, believe it or not. I have this to give to him by mouth. But this is the CBD oil, not the stuff that makes him high, you know. So this is a good tip. You put this on things that have pain, it really helps. So that is a good tip. I just kind of ad-libbed because I didn't have anything. Anyway, okay, you guys, big blessings on you. This is Velma Hagar. My book is wonderful, Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, on Amazon. I'm trying to become a #1 bestseller. I'm close, but I need your help. Okay, guys, until next time, Velma Hagar. Bye.